Well, good morning. It's day 71 or 2. I can't remember which. I'll have to check it out. Got a little bit of a sunrise happening. I don't see many of those. So when we got one of those happening, I'll be sure to show it to you. We're going to head into Glasgow today. So I'll show you the trip along the way. Mostly downhill. We do have one uphill at Highcock Knob that we have to hit, but mostly it's downhill, and we'll be seeing the James River today. So I'll show that to you after a while, and we'll see you shortly. Well, day 72, we've broken camp. We're about ready to walk. We're going to be heading about 11.5 miles up the trail to the James River footbridge, and we'll be crossing the James River and heading into Glasgow for resupply and just a night's rest, and thank goodness a shower and laundry, because we definitely need it. I just noticed this huge tree right here. I've never seen one with 4 coming off. I've seen, you know, twin poplars before, but this is enormous, this tree right here. But, anyway, it's going to be a beautiful day of hiking. Weather's going to be warm. Everybody, me, is talking about jumping off the James River Bridge and going swimming in the river. I'm not going to be doing that, but I'll be glad to watch other people do it. Well, thought I'd show you where we're hiking this morning. We still don't have leaves on the trees, and that's kind of cool because we can see forever. As we come around this bend right here, you got a nice view of the valley over here to the left. Wind's whipping a little bit this morning, but I don't think that's going to be an issue all day long. But, wow, gorgeous valley down here. We could not have picked a better campsite last night. We had water, grass. It was really comfortable. And we also shaved a little bit off our day yesterday. We didn't have to climb the next hill yesterday. We got that coming up to us today. It's really odd because we're going down now, and then we're going to go up the same amount almost as soon as we get down. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but it's kind of the way the trail is. So far, starting out in a much better mental space today. Not sure whether that's because I know we're going into a shower or not, or whether I've got my pack dialed in a little bit better, maybe a little lighter. I don't really know, something. But anyway, we're moving forward up the trail, and we'll talk to you during the day today. So the change of the day is wildflowers. It's the first time I've seen these guys, these specific ones anyway. I don't know what they are. Wish that I did. That's a pretty one. Oh, and there's a little ant in there. Can you see it? But yeah, this is the first real day that we've seen much in the way of wildflowers other than just some ground cover stuff. But several different varieties out this morning. They're gorgeous. Starting to see May apples, which that's kind of telling, because we saw May apples early on our last trip, but we were also hiking probably around half the mileage or so. We're already, I've forgotten whether we're 200 or 300 miles ahead of where we were on the same day in 2019. We're definitely doing better mileage, so that's setting us up for an earlier finish, and well, for a finish actually, because a part of the reason we got off in 2019, oh, that's a pretty one right there. A part of the reason we got off in 2019 is we got into August and realized realistically we probably weren't going to be able to finish the trail because Katahdin closes in mid-October, and if we had continued doing the same mileage that we had been doing, you know, there just were not enough days left in the hiking season for us to be able to finish. So we're hopefully setting ourselves up for a July finish. That's what our goal is to finish up in July. We had hoped for the second week. That was before I got stuck in Damascus for a few days. But hopefully we're getting into some terrain that will allow us to do bigger mileage on a consistent basis as we come through the northern part of Virginia. There's not as many obstacles. We have some. I mean, we have Highcock Knob today, but it's only about 650 or so feet. We have the Priest, we have 3 ridges, but then after that, I don't know that we have much of anything once we get up on Skyline Drive. Theoretically, we'll be Ridge walking along with Skyline Drive for a while. So we're hoping to make bigger miles during that section of the trail. But gorgeous day today. The wildflowers are certainly a big asset. There's a purple one. I've not seen that one before yet either. You know, tight. Wow, look at all of these wildflowers here. Lots of them all of a sudden here. As we're coming into this roadway. This roadway is Pettit's Gap, I think is the way you pronounce it. And this is a place where we came in and set up and did trail magic in 2022 for a couple or 3 days. Blue Ridge Parkway is just over to the right here on the roadway. And I think this is where we start our assault of Highcock Knob. You know, you can see the parkway right over here. So we're getting ready to start our little bit of a climb today. And then after that, it's downhill all the way into the James River. We're still climbing up Highcock Knob, I think, but we've come to this area here where there's been a fire. I don't know when, but a lot of the undergrowth has been burned out. I don't know whether these rhododendron will survive or not. And speaking of, there was actually a section of trail in the northern part of the Shenandoah National Forest that was closed earlier in the season because of wildfires. But my information, most recent information I've gotten is that's all taken care of and the trail's back open now. So at some point we'll be hiking through where there was a recent forest fire, as much as like 2-3 weeks ago. So we'll be seeing that, I don't know, in a week or so, maybe. Not sure exactly how far up it is. But we're going to continue inching our way up this hill. And then after this, it is essentially downhill all the way to the James River. And I traced it. That is the James River that runs the entire width of Virginia. I'm pretty sure that it comes out at Jamestown and Williamsburg. So, long river that we'll be crossing today. We're still gasping a little bit for breath as I'm going uphill, but over here to the left, you can see the burn scar from the forest fire that was through here. But then over here to the right, we got nothing. So the trail acts as a natural break for those fires. So that's kind of cool. I thought I would show you that. Well, I think I've reached the summit finally. This is the Mountain of False Summits. 2 or 3 times I thought, well, I'm about there. But I don't see any way other than down from here. So we're gonna say this is the top of Highcock Knob. We've got views a little bit through the trees, lots of rocks. But now we start our descent. I'll have to look up the elevation of Highcock Knob. I know we've been hovering around 4,000 feet. And we dropped down to like 876, I think, at the James River today. So we've got a lot of descent. The downside to that means that we've probably got a lot of a climb tomorrow, but we'll take that as it comes, and it'll be what it'll be. I think once we do the climb, we back up on the ridge line, so hopefully that won't be too bad. But again, that's a problem for another day, and we're gonna make the best of this day. Well, hopefully you can hear from the wind blowing, but this is the campsite we were aiming for last night, and whoever said there's a whole lot of blowdowns in the campsite was right. I think there'd have been plenty of room for us all to have camped here, but we're 3 miles in, and I'm not sure I could have done that climb last night. I was exhausted. But anyway, we're 8-ish miles away from town, and theoretically downhill most all the way, so I'm gonna head on up the trail. But definitely a good call on Sparkplug's part last night to pull up our hike a little bit early yesterday, because we were tired, or at least I was tired, and I'm not sure I could have done that climb up Highcock Knob. Well, in the realm of where have we been, that's where we've been right there. That's Highcock Knob. And a couple of things I want to try to point out. I don't know if you can see it, but right along here is the trail, pretty sure. And then over here, you can sort of see the trail cutting through right over here, maybe in the shadows. I don't know whether you can or not, but that's kind of where we've come from. We're just kind of snaking around the inside of this for a ways. Eventually, I know we've got to go down But that's kind of phenomenal to be able to actually see the trail up there coming down off that mountain. It's really beautiful. Glad we climbed that thing first thing this morning. Definitely I did not have the oomph to do it yesterday afternoon. But for the last mile or two, the trail has been cruisy. And then all of a sudden we are in a rock garden. Not sure exactly where the trail goes. I know there's a blaze right up there dead in the middle of the picture. I don't know whether we're gonna go up and around this or whether we tip over the edge and go down. It'll be a surprise. I'm not gonna look at the map. Well, I was right. The trail turned left and we're going across this huge rock face right here. Just bramble and stuff all over the place. Everything from fist size to head size to nearly body size. I don't think we've got much of an up. I think I would have noticed that on the map. But this is what we got right now, and I'm gonna plow forward in it. It's pretty, as long as it doesn't last too long. Because I know we still have quite a lot of descent to get down into the James River area, into Glasgow. Well, that's where we're going right there. That's the James River. Don't know how far down we'll go to cross it, or whether it's back to the left. But that's our goal. We've got to go down that far, and we'll keep you posted as we get down the way. Like I said, the road runs beside the river. I don't know whether it's around this bend right here that we cross, whether it's back up. I gotta believe it's probably further down. But anyway, we'll see where we go. We are continuing our descent into Glasgow, Virginia, not Scotland. And come across this stream right here. We'll call this one the mountain stream of the day. Doesn't look like it's going to be hard to cross, but it sure is pretty in the sunlight. We'll be not too long getting to the James River. Definitely will show you that, but we've still got some going downhill to do, I think. Not a ton. We've been going downhill for the last mile or so, and working our way down into the river valley. This is just a pretty little reprieve right over here to our left. Are you guys through hiking, or are y'all section hiking? Section hiking. Okay. So these guys are, the guy in the blue for sure is a subscriber, so he recognized me even without the whiskers.
Waffle hike.
So that's pretty awesome.
We did it probably about 3 days ago.
We were in Delville, yeah.
Okay, that's where we're headed back to.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, good to meet you guys, and thank y'all for watching.
Yeah. Love watching you.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Travel safe.
Alrighty, we'll do. Well, I don't know whether I showed you the shelter that we just stopped at. Maybe you can still see it back up here. Yeah, there it is. We just stopped and had a good lunch there. We caught up with some of the folks we've been hiking with, Good Moss, Jumbo, and Mo. And we're still waiting on Sticks and, excuse me, Spark Plug. But we'll catch up to them eventually. We're gonna go down here to the river and watch these guys swim for a while, and we'll see everybody shortly. So, nice stream here, and good trail in front of us. We're down to the flat part now. Well, I know I've been hiking past this creek for a little while, but I had to stop and show you these cascades here. Absolutely gorgeous right here. And I suspect that we'll be hiking off and on along this all the way down to the river, because it's going the same place we are. And there's another one, spring-wise, or stream coming out of the mountain valley right here. Beautiful with the sun glinting off. Nice little pool there. And rocks, yippee. It will be all right. Well, our mountain stream found its home. We traded mountain stream for James River. It's over here to the left. And I think we're less than a mile from the footbridge. It's called the James River Footbridge, but probably more appropriately the James River Foot Bridge, because I think the fella for whom it is named is Foot. So even though it is a footbridge, I think it's actually named for a gentleman whose name is Foot. I think it's spelled with an E on the end of it. I'll have to check that. But we should be there reasonably soon. I keep thinking I'm going to see it up there, but not so much yet. But we'll get there. Pulling out the old wow card. We got moss, we got water, we got rocks. What else could you ask for? Absolutely beautiful. It's flowing right down into the river, right here. We're not far from a bridge. I think the first bridge is a rail bridge, and ours may be a little further, but I could be remembering that incorrectly. I don't know. But we're closer than we were, and we're moving on up the trail. No, it looks like there's people on that, so maybe this one is the pedestrian bridge, and the rail bridge is further back. Who knows? We'll see shortly. You can tell it's not very far. Well, we made it to the James River Foot Bridge, and as I told you, it is named after William Foote. So it's maybe better called the James River Foot Pedestrian Bridge. All right, the James River Bridge. We're headed across. Well, this is the bridge we just crossed, heading to Glasgow for the afternoon. And this is the rail bridge that I walked to. Hawkeye didn't. But I was talking to some day hikers and went another quarter or half a mile. But it's all good. We'll get our shuttle into town and get showered, and then we'll eat some food.